Hi, this is Hi Bob Poor Bob, and we're about to play some Ultimate General Civil War.
So this game's probably going to be kind of boring. I'm using my third run. So my first goal is to go ahead and make units for all of these extra men that I have. The next goal will be to pick out some of my best melee units. 58, 57. Okay, so these three are basically my best melee units that I have. So the reason why we want the best melee units that we can have is because artillery doesn't tend to gain melee stats. So having higher melee stats on them means that you can get them to 3-star easier. I know it's a weird way to think of it, but basically what we're trying to do is get these guys to 3 stars in a roundabout way. But like this guy only has 36 melee. That means that everything else has to be even higher to try to get his thing to be good enough. So what we're going to do is just going to have a workaround. None of these guys have 100 stamina. That's good, because some of these guys do have 100 stamina. So we don't want them to have 100 stamina because that's bad. We want them to be able to gain experience. So like these guys all have pretty good efficiency, probably about the same, along with not quite full stamina and really high melee stats. So that's what we're going to make our units out of. So we are remaking more than normal this time. There we go, Mississippi. And create one last infantry unit with these guys down here, 700. Okay. So this is all our inexperienced stuff. So now we just go through. Probably a lot of these guys, yeah, that's almost 100 melee. So we're going to go ahead and write down all of our artillery. And remake it better. And how many men we have up here will tell us how many men we need to have in our pool. I'm thinking it'll probably just be like, not quite both of those units. So, and here's a good point, like this right here. These guys started out with basically like 90 melee. They're already down to 55 just from the units we've given them. I have units that have naturally gotten to 60. So I've been losing melee over here, obviously much faster than I've gained it, just by adding raw recruits to these guys. Let's see. These guys aren't too good. They're making their star come down, but without going down too fast. So that's pretty much what I want. So that's perfect. We'll just go with that. And we can go ahead and top off all these guys. Because why not? Just get them out of the way. Of course, we're short a little bit on Harbor's Ferries. About 1,000 Harbor's Ferries we're short, which is fine. We'll get it worked out. Don't know exactly what I'll do instead, but we'll find a way to make as many units as we can as good as possible. So I think that's pretty good. Even has melee on par with all these other guys pretty much, except these two. Guess they got into melee a little bit more that time. And use up the last of these. Sure. We do not have very many guns left. We are pretty much like right on the edge of not having enough guns again. We have almost 6,000 Harbor's Ferries, but besides that, we don't have much. So I'm going to go ahead and buy the Enfields and the Springfields. We don't need non-scoped Whitworths. We have enough of those to make another melee cavalry unit, or just upsize the one we have. So we don't need any of them, really. It's like the only melee weapon we have, though. We already bought all of them. Didn't even use them. We could get a few more 10-pounder parrots if we wanted to. We could go up to like 76, which would put us at like, let's see here, like 12, 12, 12, 36, 72 would be a multiple of 12. So that should be fine. And the ordnance, we could go to, yours would be 36, so that'd be all 9 of these. Why not? Won't hurt anything. Napoleons were a little bit low on to actually make another unit. Howitzers we don't really need to make another unit of either. So I think that should be fine. We can go ahead and buy up the last couple semi-experienced 2 stars that there are, just to have them on hand. We're going to go down here and we're going to delete off 2 of our heavy melee units. Let's get these guys out of here, just so they're out of the way. Melee cavalry down here with the regular cavalry, with the rifle cav. Okay, so now we are making artillery brigades. And we're going for 2-star guys. Yeah, plenty of experience. We're almost halfway to 3 stars at that point. I'll pause it and I'll be back. So, here we are. I might have skipped ahead just a tad bit, because I just got ahead of myself. So what I did is I decided, let's find out. If I break down my entire army, do I have enough experience in each unit to make a 2-star unit? And after thinking about it for a second, I decided I'd save the game first. And then I just went for it. And found out that with every single unit broken down, that isn't, artillery and skirmishers and cavalry, that's how close I come, which is making a 2-star unit with a middle-of-the-road colonel. I have a 2-star general as the division commanders on all the divisions, and still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more brigadier generals left over that I don't have anything to do with them. Thinking about making like 9 units of skirmishers to go in 4th Corps down here, since I'd only be able to make like 4 units of infantry. But I've got enough of these guys to do this. It's like 250 would get me 8 units, and 80. So if I go like 240, that should be enough, I think. We'll see. The last one might be small or something. I'm not too worried about it. So yeah, this one hasn't been real exciting. Not gonna lie. Not real exciting. But I think it's worked out pretty good. It's a little funny that, I got nothing better to do with these generals than send them off to lead some skirmishers around in circles. But that's pretty much all I need from these guys. When the time comes. So 2 units at 200 is what it looks like we'll get here at the end. So we don't get one that's like really tiny. And there we go. And we can spread these guys out so all the division commanders get experience. Because why not? So there we have it. They'll have 2 perks. They don't really need 2 perks, but I mean, why not, right? Doesn't hurt anything. There and there, probably. Just have a bunch of stamina and spotting and stealth. They could be spies for me, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, there's my army. So we got 10, 11, 12 units of infantry there and 20 here, so 32 mostly max size units. The Harbor's Ferries I did have to make like half, like most of the units for 2,450 because I was 500 Harbor's Ferries short. So 10 units down by 50 equals 1 extra unit. Because yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 units full, and then the other 10 are shorted by 50. With only 2 left, I didn't feel like messing up any of my numbers, so I just went with it. Infields, got 8 infields, got 3 1855s, and 3 Mississippis, and 5 Lorenzes. And that puts me out of min. I didn't even have to use the Palmettos or Springfields. Which is kind of crazy. But, it works. The only reason I was close before was because I didn't have any of my men into my artillery. Went ahead and put 1 more point into medicine, gets me up to 8. 8 at this point is pretty good. A lot of people tried to aim for having 10 by Antietam, but I didn't make it there. It shouldn't be that big a deal, though. It's only like, another 5%? Because I think it goes up towards the end of the year. No, 18% at the next one. So it is just up to 20% at the end, right? I don't know. Something like that. We'll need Army Org pretty soon after this, I think. So we'll go to Antietam, and then we'll need that org by the time we go to the next one. I use this a lot. You should definitely use this. Fredericksburg will need 10 points, so these 2 will go towards medicine. One of these will go towards the economy, and 1 will go towards the camp. The size of your army. Army org. Yeah. So, hello. And so I went ahead and got it all set up now. I went ahead and canceled out the other thing and got it all set up and right in here. So we've got the 2nd Corps will be the 1st Corps in here to hold. And then the 1st Corps will be the one that guards against the crossing of the river at first, and then the right flank will be the 3rd Corps, and then 4th Corps will be, wait, that's backwards, okay, that and then that. I believe that's right. So this is the setup I'm going to go with. And the units in each one, so the 1st Corps on the battlefield will be this one. I went ahead and pulled some of the Harper's Ferries, not a lot of them, but pulled it down to like 7 Harper's Ferries on this one. I didn't feel like I needed like all my Harper's Ferries to be in one spot. I kind of don't want to lose all of my Harper's Ferries. I have 1,000 of these that I can replace. And we're going to have more on the other side of this. So we should be fine on, topping up our infields and topping up our 1855s, but we can't buy to replace Harper's Ferries yet, which is fine. It's not a big deal. It just is what it is. We got to conserve. So it's 2 snipers, 2 24-pound howitzers, and 2 melee cav. Melee cavs just to get up to some shenanigans. The snipers are pretty much absolutely 100% necessary. The 24-pounders are not quite as necessary for the way I play, but I think they'll still do good work, and being on the field that long will be good for them. Hopefully they can get a lot of experience, and it will help them in the long run. I think I picked the wrong perk there. We'll see how that goes. I don't know how good their anti-cannon men are going to do, but my artillery is going to come in with a second wave, I think, this time. Last time I think I put in a unit or 2 of cannons, but in this one I think I want to take care of their cannons before I put in my cannons, because I'm not bringing any counter battery stuff. And there's then this is our second one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 here, which means I think 8 in the other one or so. 10 units of infantry, all 2,500 pretty much, and all 2 stars. We have the cannons that will help us hold the bridge, 12-pounder, 6, 6, Napoleon, and then the 20-pound parrot will go up and help against the guys spawning in from the north a little bit. I might want, and a 10-pounder. I might want like 1 more 10-pounder parrot to spawn in up here, or 2. Let's go with 2 more, I think. 2 more 10-pounder parrots to spawn at this point, because I really want them to be able to work a little bit earlier on, I think. Yeah, so 8 infantry, and then, wait a second. Did I move them even? I guess I did. How did those end up there? I guess adding infantry to each of these knocked the 10-pounder parrots to the end. That's what it is. Okay. So now we've got the 10 infantry coming in last, which, I mean, I didn't really want a good chunk of my infantry to be coming in last, but it's probably good to see this 24-pound howitzer isn't going to do anything this late in the battle either. I don't know. Maybe he should come in up here too. He could be sitting back a little bit further. Let's pull 1 10-pounder parrot and put the 24-pounder in there. That should be fine. Just kind of tweaking a little bit, talking you guys through the process, and then these 3 cavalry is to get around behind their artillery, like I did in my previous playthrough, because that works really well. It's surprising how well that works, to be honest. They don't put anybody by the second crossing, which doesn't really make any sense why they don't move anybody over to the second crossing. There's a crossing right here, so you just take whatever cavalry you have, so you just keep moving your cavalry down here, and whatever cavalry you have that isn't needed for something else can be down here along with those 3 and move around and get a hold of their artillery on this side of the river while their infantry are crossing this bridge. Works really well, and you can bring whatever other cavalry down this way and take out this. So probably, I think I have 3 units down here, 1 melee and 2 rifle cav, and I have the other 4 melee cav in these 2 brigades. So yeah, it's 2, 2, and 3. So these 3 will do this. These 2 will take care of things up here, maybe helping finish off some of their artillery, and then these ones will be over here and help take out the artillery on this side of the river. And these ones will probably just continue up that way as well. And the unit of infantry will go ahead and come around with them to protect them from any retreating infantry and stuff like that, like I did in the previous run. So we have a 2 3-star generals and a 2-star general and I don't know what he is, but he'll be fine. 92,674 men, 216 guns. Don't know what my enemy has, but it probably isn't much more than that. I don't know what he had last time. Let's go look. During my last run of Antietam, I had 77,000. He had 92,662. So, depending on whether or not they scale too much, I'll face about the same. I don't know how much scaling they'll have on this one. I mean, that's, what, 13,000 more men I have in this one now? I've really been gaining a lot more men because I have been getting, all the captures I can. But, it's not really that many more captures because that one and this one are the only 2 that I don't get any captures on. Some of these were a little bit low, but for the most part, like, Singing Bull Run was 10,000 before. I think it was 26,000 this time. But that's neither here nor there. That doesn't really actually get you anything. So yeah. Wow, 19 to 1. That was pretty good. What did I get on this one? 19. It's almost the exact same. 20.7 after So yeah, we're looking pretty good here. I think that everything's going to go pretty well. I don't have too much trepidation about it. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.